Hi, I'm Logan. I'm part of a collection team here at the Launceston Tramway Museum. Anzac Day is a very important occasion here at the Tramway Museum, and today I'm going to share some of the stories of the men who served across World War I and II. Employees from the Launceston Municipal Tramway served across three major conflicts, including the First World War, the Second World War and the Korean War. All major branches of the military are represented among the Launceston Municipal Tramway employees. There are also a few who supported the war effort through alternative means. Alfred Ernest Yeats is an example of one of those who supported the war effort outside of the Australian Armed Forces. Mr. Yeats left during the First World War to become a volunteer munition worker in England. His return caused quite a buzz because, unlike those who left to serve more conventional capacities, such as in the infantry or in the navy, his position was not held, so the council had to make organisational-wide changes to place him back in his role.
Mr. Lithgow, Tramshed's foreman. Dear Sir, previous to my listing for munition work in England, I held the position of electrical fitter in the tramway workshops, and in the absence of the foreman was left in charge. I understand that on my return to the tramsheds, I was entitled to a position which I held when I left for England. Under those conditions, I make application to be installed as leading hand with leading hand's pay. Trusting you will give this matter your earnest consideration. I am yours, etc., Mr. Yeats.
In the First World War, 22 Launceston Municipal Tramway staff left employment to serve. Of these 22 men, 20 returned. Kevin Driscoll, employed as a motorman at the tramway, enlisted at the outbreak of the war and participated in the Gallipoli campaign. He was engaged at Gallipoli until August of 1915, when he received wounds to the arm and leg which became septic. Following further complications, he would not return to the front, now in France, until 1917. In an act of heroism on February the 16th, 1917, Kevin braced heavy mortar fire to mend damaged cables and re-establish communications with headquarters. This was just one of multiple occasions he braved mortar and artillery fire to repair damaged communications. In the battle to take Polygon Wood, Kevin Driscoll would be severely injured, which would ultimately take his life. Lionel Albert Turner was also employed as a motorman. He was a sapper and would die in West Flanders in Belgium. It wasn't until 1920 that all of the tramway staff who served in the war returned. It was at this point that the tramway staff had time to mourn their lost comrades and to meet up in a memorial ceremony. Willie Furlow, one of the tramway men who served in the war, after his return would tell a gathering of tram veterans that he was glad to be back with his old unit, the tramway staff. The sacrifices of Kevin Driscoll and Lionel Turner were honoured at this ceremony and farewelled with Auld Lang Syne.